What is up guys, Woo here, back again with another Division 2 build video, and this one guys, I'm bringing you the damage, the DPS, the heavy hitter in my Perfect Glass Cannon. Yeah it is guys, I'll get the elephant out of the room straight away. Perfect Glass Cannon DPS build. It shreds, it does. I'm loving this, but more importantly, not about the build, I've changed my attire, I've changed the banana skin, that's gone. That has been discounted, it's done with, it's trashed. I've not recycled it, I have binned it, and I've changed my attire to be looking a bit more apt for this build. This build, again, is a really heavy hitting DPS build. So if you enjoy it, thumbs doodle. It really helps. It helps the channel, it helps the video get a bit of traction in all the algorithm and all that crap on YouTube. So guys, thumbs help, yes. And then of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, drop the woo bomb on the sub button, ding that bell to be notified when I upload my shizzle. Yes guys, let's woo this. Guys, I'll start at the top. I'm rolling with Survivalist specialization. Now this is not my go-to. I don't really use this as often as I should do, but it is a decent specialization. Why I'm using it is because, again, I want the Mendocika mine. I do like that little bit of a heal. Again, you don't have to roll with this. You don't have to. It's not go-to on the setup. You roll with whatever you friggin' want. I don't mind. I just like that little Mendocika mine that just does all the work. Comes back and gives me a little heal when I need a little heal and all that jazz. It follows me around and also procs my backpack as well. And then I have my Fixodrome, which gives me a bit of a heal as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. Again, it is entirely up to you. I've just chosen Survivalist because of the Mendocika mine. And that alone. I'm rolling with 6 offensive, 0 defensive, 0 utility. 14 red attributes, 1 blue attribute, and 0 utility. I feel really dirty rolling with this build because I'm a skill builder. I deliver skill builds for you guys and really diverse ones, and now I'm bringing you a kind of a meta rifle build. That feels weird. It does feel really weird. Am I feeling okay? I don't know, but I'm really enjoying this build because I'm hitting so hard. Again, I'm guessing some of you guys can hit harder. Kudos, well done. But this is a really great template to work with, and the stats are nearly maxed, so it's working a bloody dream for me. So guys, the mask is a lovely Province Defense God Roll mask that is beautiful. Weapon damage, headshot damage, critical hit damage, beautiful. An 11.6% critical hit damage mod. With Province Defense, it is again a go-to on this setup because you get headshot damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. Works a treat, I recommend it. The holster is Seska Viobra, or whatever it's called, and you can see weapon damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. It's not awesome, it's a good piece. I'm looking for a better piece, but you can see guys, I'm a skill builder. Give me a bit of love, you know. And then we have the Fox's Bread knee pads. Rifle damage, weapon damage, damage to target out of cover, and max critical hit chance. I have paired this build with this, and it does okay, but I get a lot more damage with this. I'm losing the rifle damage, I'm losing weapon damage, target out of cover, critical hit chance, but I'm gaining 30% weapon damage. My base crits are around about 1.7, 1.8 million. On this setup, they are about 2.5 million. And then they go up to about 3.5, 3.6 I've had on this build. Whereas this goes to about the same. So yeah, you do get a bit more survivability, a bit more explosive resistance. Yeah, it's decent. I enjoy it, but I want to deal damage. And again, I like seeing these big numbers. When these big numbers, these big crits are flashing, you know you're doing a good job. And you see that, and it just encourages you to carry on. It really does. So for me, Fox's Prayer on this setup works better for me. Gloves, again, this is an amazing pair of gloves. Grupo Sombra SA, critical hit damage, weapon damage, critical chance, and critical hit damage. It's a really nice pair of gloves. People say you should use the contractor's gloves. I prefer these. I do, because I'm getting that 15% crit damage, and it just works better for me. But again, each to their own. I like this. The backpack is Province Defense as the second piece I'm wearing. Weapon damage, critical hit damage, headshot damage, critical hit damage that's a nice mod, 11.8%, and the Talent Companion. While you're within 5 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%. This will be active all the time. That's, again, another reason why I'm rolling with the Mender Seeker Mine. If my drone is down, then the Mender Seeker Mine will be there. So this 15% will be procced all the time. Whenever you're in combat, you will get this proccing. And again, 15% weapon damage all day long. However, if, again, I'll say a big if, you can get a similar backpack with Vigilance, that will grant you more damage. Of course it will. An extra 25% or 25% as per the Vigilance buff. If you are to take a shot, I think you get a 4-second cooldown for it to be granted back up. That is entirely up to you. By all means, if you have Vigilance, you may get some more damage on this setup. But again, either one you can't fail with. This, again, this works a treat for me. The chest piece is my kind of god roll. If I just wish I had a 12% critical hit damage mod, I'd have been all over this. But look, this is beautiful. Again, it's the third piece of Providence Defense. It's max weapon damage, max armor regen, max critical hit damage, and 11.4% critical hit damage. And again, the all singing, all dancing, perfect glass cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 30%. That's a lot of damage. But at the same time, all damage you take is amplified by 60%. That means you are squishy. You need to be careful. Really, really careful on this build. You're hitting hard. Once you take a couple of shots, again, your armor bar is rinsed. Something to bear in mind. So just be careful with the setup. High risk, but massive reward. That's the way I look at it with this setup. It's just you're going to get a lot of reward from using this particular chest piece. I like it. I do. I feel dirty using this. But again, I like seeing them big numbers. So definitely, Perfect Glass Cannon is amazing. Now we go for the skills, and they are there just to proc the talent, give me a little bit of sustenance with the healing as well. It does kind of help with a little trickle. See, fix a drone, nothing special. There's no skill tiers, none of that crap, so it's not really benefiting me. It's only doing two things. That's one, give me a little tickle with the heal, and also the second one, and that is procking companion. So nice, I'll take that. In terms of mods, very simple: duration, health, and of course armor repair. And the second one is the Mender Seeker Mine. Again, that's just there again to proc it. It has a 3-minute duration as well, which is nice. So it'll always pretty much be there. 212k health, and that's irrelevant. It's the healing. That's a 20.6k health I will receive. Not a lot. It's not a lot, but again, it gives me a little bit of a tickle, which sometimes you do need in combat. So that's why I'm utilising 2 healing skills. I did initially use a striker drone. That works okay. It gives, it's about a 20k tick. Does all right, but still, again, an extra bit of survivability is kind of nice. But it's up to you guys. Entirely up to you. In terms of mods, skill haste, health, and the 15% healing, which is the survivalist mod to use. So guys, the weapons. The primary weapon is the Baker's Dozen. This has taken, or had, buff, nerf, and all that crap, to the point where I can't remember what's going on with it. I know it had, again, a bit of a nerf, and it's had a bit of a buff, and then it's had a bit of a nerf again, an intended nerf. This weapon hits hard. It is very, very hard, and perhaps for the build, is perhaps best in slot. M1A Baker's Dozen works a treat on this setup. You can see 631k damage. It's nice. 15% rifle damage, 13% critical hit damage, 6% damage to armor. The talent, Perfect Lucky Shot. Magazine capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. Let's get one thing straight. If you have potato aim, and I'm here in my little man cave with my hand aplomb, basically saying I have potato aim. So this helps me in abundance. It really does. If you're a top tier player, then maybe you choose a different talent. Yeah, I'd think about it. I really, really would. But still, I'm not. I'm a decent player at best, and I like using this. This works, for me, a treat. I like this because when I do miss, I know it's refunded, it's back in the mag, and again, I can keep spamming if I need to. So I like the Baker's Dozen. I really do. And it still does some nice work in PvE. It really does. In terms of mods, critical hit chance, optimal range, and more critical hit chance. The secondary is the Beast. That is the Pestilence. And crits about 750k. It's mental with this setup. It is really nice. You can see there's 14% LMG damage, 10% damage to targets out of cover, and 5% damage to armor. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. I've re-rolled it, and it's, yeah, this is the best I've got. But, oh well. The talent, Plague of the Outcast. Hits supply debuff, dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, or stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. And you know, guys, this will proc and do some serious carnage for you, because Pestilence really does hit hard. It really does. And I do love the Pestilence. It's just great LMG. And again, sometimes I will switch from the Baker's Dozen to this, and it just rinses. It's beautiful. Again, I like seeing these big crits. I do. And they come out in abundance with this setup. Now, I've even changed my sidearm. Somebody said, use a different sidearm, please. So I've changed it from the back of boomstick. I like the look of it, guys. I do. I like the look of it. But anyway, I've changed it due to popular demand to this. Again, I don't use it. It doesn't have anything to do on the build. It's just there. So you can see it. It's a D50. And there you go. Now, guys, we'll take a look at the stats, most importantly. Now, guys, here we go. Here are the stats on the Perfect Lucky Shot Baker's Dozen. 631 damage. Nice. 47.6% critical hit chance. 164.8% critical hit damage. 87.6% headshot damage. A good range of 72 meters. It's beastly. It is beastly. And guys, you know, when you do heroic missions, when you matchmake, what happens? I guarantee one thing nearly every time. There is always somebody running Cody's mask. It's always a thing. Trust me, someone's always got that mask on. So what that means is, again, I'm going to get some extra crit hit damage and all that jazz on the setup. So, again, it'll just elevate the build. So this is even stronger in a group. It's powerful because, you know, get the, again, the essential bit of crit and crit damage to really elevate the build even further. So, guys, in a group, this is sensational. You know, this is kind of top of the leaderboard kind of build because the damage output is insane. 93.5% all weapon damage bonus. That's a lot. It is a lot. It's not max. Could be a little bit higher, but it's a lot. Rifle damage bonus is 40%. That's tasty. And again, the little bits, the rest, it is what it is, though, guys. Yeah. It's all about the rifle. And then as you go through this, and there's not a lot of anything else, guys, at all on the setup. As you can see, that's quite a minuscule 2% skill haste, which does feel kind of dirty, even more so on this build. Guys, this build shreds. I've been using it in PvE, and it does so much work for me. So 3.3 million. And you can see why I'm using this. See, look, this is my potato aim, guys. It is my potato aim. So you can see it does some serious work, and then you can see companions proc, happy days. That's because I'm in the range, obviously. 3.2 million there. You can see it does some decent work, guys. It does, and there's a lot of crits, those big numbers. This is a really sexy setup. It is. And it's something I would bear in mind if you want to go down the damage route. Then Perfect Glass Cannon will elevate the build more. Vigilance, if you can get that, will get you some extra damage. Just be careful not to be hit. But above all, guys, it hits like a feckin' monster truck. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, thumbs doodle. Yes, we know it helps. And of course, woo bomb, sub button, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.